Yo, Elder Scrolls God here. Hey, listen, sorry guys. I know it's been a while. I wanted to get the next upload part 2 up as soon as possible, but I actually ended up getting pretty sick this last week, so I've been kind of tough to get out and record. But anyways, I thought I could at least do a little chat, a little side discussion maybe while I'm waiting to feel a little better so I can get that long form video out. But anyways, let's see, what would be a good topic to discuss. We could try and keep things related to Talos. So maybe let's see. Maybe we could. Oh, all right. I know something cool. Just a little, real quick something we could talk about. So there is. I referenced before that guy Michael Kirkbride, and he's responsible. If you know anything about Elder Scrolls lore, you probably heard his name before. He was a former writer at Bethesda. He worked on Redguard and Morrowind, I believe, and his lore was referenced in Oblivion and Skyrim as well. But he has a lot of really cool sketches and art. He used to do the concept art for Morrowind, and playing Morrowind, you can actually see some of his concept art in game, especially when you're going around in the different tombs, ancestral tombs. You'll see them on the walls and stuff, and I absolutely love his concept art. So there's a bunch of really, really cool ones, and I highly suggest, if you haven't already seen them and you're really into the Elder Scrolls, then you should definitely just look up Michael Kirkbride concept art and just enjoy, because there's so many cool ones. But there is one in particular that is pretty cool for this video anyways, and that's he has one. The title is Talos Speaks to the Last King of Atmora, I believe, and it's really, really, really cool. I believe it's supposed to take place after his ascension, possibly, because you see a little tiny Talos who's floating in the middle of the sky, and he's basically talking to what I can only assume is a giant, because it looks kind of similar to the giant from Skyrim, or the giants from Skyrim. Is just quite big, obviously, compared to Talos, and he is referenced as the last king of Atmora. Definitely not canon, definitely outside of the lore, as far as I know. But yeah, just really, really interesting picture, because it brings the question, what's on Atmora? We don't really know anything, or we really don't know much about Atmora. It's surprising. We know the Nords came from there, with Ysgramor and the 500 companions, and that's where Skyrim was conquered. All of that whole crazy story, and it's even said, like we talked about in the first video, that maybe Talos could possibly originate from Atmora, which I said is rather unlikely. But I mean, the fact that there is at least the idea of there being somewhat of a culture on Atmora, at least late enough for where Tiber Septim is, beyond Emperor at this point, so it would be the Third Era. So yeah, that's pretty late. I never really thought about Atmora having anything on it, because it's really talked about to be this great frozen wasteland. When the Nords were leaving Atmora and colonizing Skyrim, I believe there were references to a great kind of Ice Age freezing type event happening in Atmora, destroying everything and just making everything frozen tundra. So maybe the last king of Atmora being this giant is kind of a reference to how giants and beasts and creatures and all that kind of thing would be the only ones left on Atmora, and Talos is maybe he's returning to partly his ancestral homeland, possibly, to bid farewell to that land and the king who inhabits it. But yeah, guys, that's just a real quick, short little video there. Again, I'm sorry for the delay in the videos. Once I'm feeling better, I'm gonna really try and get that part 2 up. But as always, wherever you are, have a great night, and I'll catch you in the next video.